Hey guys, today for social studies, we're going to continue in the last lesson that we talked about, and we're going to focus on a specific skill. Now, we already talked about this before, but I'm going to go over it with you guys again. We're going to talk about problems and solutions. Okay, so a problem is something that's difficult or hard to understand, and a solution is an answer to that problem or difficulty that you're having. Okay. When we talked about this last time, we looked at an example. Remember the example of the kids with the bike racks. There was too many kids that rode their bikes to school. They didn't have anywhere to park their bike, so they got together and they went to a trusted adult to try to figure out a solution so that they would have a place to put their bikes. And they decided to come up with putting more bike racks there so that there were places for them to park their bikes when all the kids rode their bikes to school. We are going to practice another problem, and I want to see if you guys can first figure out the problem, and second, come up with some solutions that you think might fix the problem. And then lastly, which of those solutions would you choose to fix the problem? Okay, so let's go back up here. And again, we're going to look at the steps of what you do if there's a problem and you need to try to figure out a solution. So, there on the right hand side of the page, it says what you need to know. These are steps you can follow to solve a problem. So, number one, you have to identify the problem. You have to know what the problem is before you could try to solve it. Okay. Then, step two, you need to gather all information and start thinking about solutions. Okay, so in the problem that I'm going to give you guys, not only are you going to understand what the problem is, you're going to see how this problem is affecting different kids in the class. Okay, when you start thinking about some of these solutions, you also want to keep in mind consequences that might happen for these solutions. Okay, because you don't want to pick a solution that's only going to fix the problem for one student. You want to come up with a solution that is going to fix the problem for all students as much as you can. Or you might have to find a compromise where, you know, they're going to have to learn to share um, the solution, if you know what I'm trying to say. Okay. So you're going to have to start thinking about solutions. You'll start thinking about possible consequences. And at the end, you want to choose the solution that is best for everyone. Okay. You're not going to solve a problem if you only come up with a solution that's good for one person that's having the problem and not the other. Now you're going to make a whole new problem. So once you pick a solution that you think is going to work, you're going to try it. And then you can sit back and reflect on that and see if that solution worked or if maybe it didn't. And that's okay if your first solution doesn't work out. You might have to think of a different solution and try that instead. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is in your binder, in your social studies folder, you have this school to home social studies packet that I made for you. Okay, and I want you to turn to page 6. So, this is what page 6 looks like. It says solve a problem. Okay. And what you're going to do is we'll read through the problem together. I'm going to tell you guys what I want you to do. And then what you're going to do for me so that I can see that you did this activity. And I really want to hear the different solutions that you came up with um, regarding this problem. I'm going to have you guys record me another flip grid. I really like the flip grids. Okay. So, what you're going to do on page 6, again, we're going to read through the problem that these kids at school are having. Then you're going to do 3 things for me. You're going to identify the problem. You're going to start thinking of some different solutions, thinking of the consequences if you decide to do those solutions. Okay. And then at the end, I want you to pick the solution that you think is the best for all people involved in the problem. And you're going to click right next to where this video is. It says flip grid. You're going to click there and it's going to take you into the flip grid where you're going to press the record response button. I'm giving you about 3 minutes. You shouldn't really need much longer than that to record your what you came up with. Okay, you can show me the page and you can talk me through um, your assignment. Okay? So here we go. It says directions. Read about the problem that two students are having, then fill in the blanks. So here's our problem. Darren and Rose both want to use the same climbing equipment at recess. Rose's friend Alice says that Darren used the equipment all last recess and no one else got to use it. Darren says that Rose was on it all the previous day. Miss Seth, the playground teacher, says everyone must share the equipment. Okay, so again, first, what is the problem? Second, what do we know about the problem? Okay, how is it affecting everybody that is having this problem right now? Third, start thinking about some possible solutions that you can do to try to fix this problem. And at the end, let me know which solution you would do. Don't forget to record your Flipgrid, and I can't wait to see them. Bye, guys.